That way. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the LARP channel. Scrolls are commonly used for a variety of things in LARPs, from messages to magic and beyond, sometimes just good props. So today we're going to show you how to make a standard, very basic, simple LARP scroll that can be used for literally anything from a picture that hangs on the wall to a map to even a magic scroll if you wanted it to be. And it starts off with one simple thing that you can find at any store. I want you to think back to those blinds that you'd pull it down and it would stay there, and then you'd pull on it again and it would go. That's exactly what this is. It's a remnant of one of those. You can buy them in almost any hardware store that does blinds. Now you'll find them in probably 3 to 4 feet lengths, and you have them cut down to where you could get almost 4 out of any single one. So let's come down to the table. We'll take a look at the props we'll need. Alright, so I've got my remnant. You'll notice it's still wrapped in the plastic from when it was cut. It's got a little plastic piece that's going to go into the lip at the bottom, and a little piece of paper to keep it. We also have 2 washers. These will go on the sides just like this, and that'll help keep the vinyl all together. We've got the 2 bulbs that make the decorative sides on the back, and these also come with 2 sets of screws, long and short. Now these usually go for the back of a board, and then you can hang something on it. You can make it as a handle for a cabinet. Today we're using it for a scroll. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to cut this open, get the paper off of there. Now if you want to use the plastic, you can. You don't actually have to. We're going to use it for today. So all we got to do is just open this up, slide that right into there. If it's cut correctly, which in this case it is, it'll be completely covered by the edge here. The next thing we're going to need is the whole of this is exactly 5/8. So what we've got is a 5/8 dowel rod. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut off a length that fits inside. The screw's going to go on one end, and on the other end the washer and the cap. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so these don't actually have to be perfect because you're never actually going to see them. They're just used to help keep these clamped on. The next step is probably the most difficult part of this entire project, and that is where we have to drill a hole through the wood. Now I am using a 1/8 drill bit At least I think that's what that says, is a 1/8. Might be a 9/64. But you want to match the drill bit with the edge of your screw to make sure you get roughly the same diameter. That's way it's easier for this to go through. We're not looking for this to have a tight fit in the wood. We're looking for it to be able to fit through the wood. So match that into the middle right there. Yeah, put a little hole in the bench, that's okay. There's one. And there's two. Alright. So now we need to see if this is going to fit into here right after we do this the correct way. Stop it. Okay, let's see here. It's a pretty tight fit right there. You know what? We're going to be a little smarter about this. If you do it this way with the electric drill, make sure you go slow. Otherwise you can't do it correctly. Looks like it's on there pretty well. And then the washer. And finally, so when we're done, you have a piece of wood with a screw, the washer, and the bulb sticking out the back. Now these bulbs you can find in a variety of different ways. They don't necessarily have to look like this. The ones I used for this one obviously don't look the same. Whatever fits your fancy. There's also other types out there that look brass and copper. Some even look a little bit like gold. Not all of them are going to be a bulb like this. It's just whatever you prefer. Now the next part. So this side is where it's been cut at. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a knife. We're just going to kind of carve this little bit out. This is just to make it a little bit easier for our tips to fit in. So the way we know that this will work is it'll have a nice snug fit. Also, don't worry about it being perfectly clean because it will be covered up. Obviously this side's already pretty well cleaned up. Now we've got everything, let's put it together. There's one side. This side is going to give us a little bit of fits. Watch out for your fingers, that can pinch and hurt. Now something else you can do, and I'm going to do it for this side because this has a much easier way to slide in, is I'm just going to add a little bit of glue right here on the inside, and then I'm going to spin this slowly so that that glue spreads, and this side can stay in on a snugger fit. I'm going to be using some super glue for this. It's a quick adhesive, which means you have to be quick in doing it. And then give it about 15-20 minutes to dry. But past that, we have a scroll. Now in a lot of cases, some people will decorate the front of this, put glue right along here, hang a string, and use this as like a coat of arms or a banner of some kind. There's even some people who have drawn pictures, taped it to the inside so that it still rolls up, used it for the LARPing game, and then when they're done, they just pull it right out and you're back to this clean slate once again. But these turned out absolutely amazing. They look awesome, and we're just going to keep them blank so that they're still universal. So you do it however you want to. It's awesome to do. Hope you enjoy the build, and until next time, stay safe and have fun. Oh yeah, and stay hydrated. It's really, really hot outside.